The Vietnam Veterans of America New Jersey Shore Area Chapter 12 has identified 23 honorably discharged veterans and 2 wives whose cremated remains have been on funeral home shelves for years, some even decades. But now our heroes are being given a salute to arms and a proper military internment. The remains were collected from 6 funeral homes between Monmouth and Ocean counties and brought to the Manalapan Police Department, where a short service was held, leading to a proper send-off and transport of the urns with flags on each one to the Brigadier General William C. Doyle Memorial Cemetery in Wrightstown, with 3 stops in between for a salute to arms at the Hall of Records in Freehold, Central State Medical Center in Freehold, and Prospertown Lake in Jackson. Of the 23 veterans, 9 served in World War I, 12 in World War II, 1 in the Vietnam War, and 1 in the Korean War. Over the years, these veterans and others have been forgotten about or not picked up for a long time.
We've been doing this for about 7 years now. We've had one that was left on the shelf for 40 years, 30 years, 20 years, up to 50 years. They're just many years. In the state of New Jersey, after 1 year, a veteran's considered abandoned if nobody's picked them up.
There's a variety of reasons as to why these veterans have remained on funeral home shelves for so long. Some are heartbreaking.
You get a lot of stories from family members. Some don't want them. Some forgot about them. They thought somebody else took care of it. Uncle George took care of them, but they didn't. Then we also, we've buried, as of today, it would be about 90 veterans we've buried. And we've brought back 19 veterans to families that picked them up that didn't realize they were still in the funeral parlor.
The escort the veterans received on the way to the cemetery was led by the Monmouth and Ocean County Sheriff's Departments and local law enforcement so that they, along with military veterans, Boy Scouts, and the general public, could give them a salute at 3 stops along the way to thank them for their service, remember them, and be there for them.
So it is emotional when you think about it. They have no family members that have claimed the remains. This goes on all over the country. We're just, trying to bring attention and awareness to the program. But I will say the outpouring of support in organizations from all over Monmouth and Ocean County has been tremendous.
Sheriff Golden stressed the importance of raising awareness for the mission of the Vietnam Veterans of America to make sure everyone is aware of what's going on and the importance of honoring our veterans.
We're going to continue to honor, as we have in the past, these cremains during the Cremains Project, and it's really special, and it's a testament to all of the veterans organizations that participate and all our community partners, and then all our law enforcement and first responders who are here today to be sure that they have a proper send-off and a proper burial.
There were 4 families who were able to make it to this service at the cemetery, including Barbara Gulick, whose grandfather, Master Sergeant Joseph Salvatore Merlo, served in the Army during World War II, and along with his wife, Mary Ann, are being buried at the cemetery together. Her grandmother retired from work in 1996, the Friday before Thanksgiving, and Barbara says her grandparents were about to move to Florida when on the following Tuesday, her grandfather passed away.
So that was a shock. I think it was a shock on her, and that's why I think the ashes were never picked up. She didn't know. She was in shock and didn't know what to do.
There was this closeness, a bond between Barbara and her grandparents who watched and helped raise her growing up, leading to life-cherishing memories.
They were incredible. Like I said, he was my best friend. My grandparents, growing up, made sure, we would go to museums and we would go to the theater on Sunday. They both worked for the railroad. We lived in Irvington, so you would just get on a train and you'd head into the city, and it was adventures. And they were incredible people, though. Gave me everything and education and made me work hard for it. But they're awesome people.
The opportunity to be with her grandparents as they are laid to rest helps bring closure to Barbara and her family, but also honor to her grandfather's military service.
It helps bring closure, but it's more, I wanted to give him the respect. I just don't think he ever had what he deserved. My grandmother was a Jehovah's Witness, so she never wanted the flag. But after she passed 5 years ago from Alzheimer's. And my mother and her son had already passed. So once she had passed, I felt it was okay to seek out and try to find the ashes and sort of bring that closure, but I just kept hitting dead ends until the letter came from Rich the day after Christmas, I guess 2019.
Always with her in spirit and in her heart, Barbara feels her grandfather would be proud of her efforts to help him rest in peace at the cemetery and watching from above at this ceremony.
I think he'd say thank you.
The 23 military veterans brought to the cemetery can now rest comfortably in peace, watching as so many people remember them and their service to our country. May perpetual light shine upon them, may they rest in peace, and may they watch over all of us from paradise. For Town Square Media News, I'm Vin Ebenu.
On behalf of the President of the States, United States Army, and the grateful nation, please accept this flag as a symbol of appreciation for your loved one's honorable and faithful service.
Ronald J. Hardina, Army, from Vietnam. Martin F. Jackson, Army, World War I. Ira O. Grosvenor, Merchant Marine, World War II. Mary J. Grosvenor, wife of Ira O. Grosvenor. Walter R. Critchen, Navy, Korea. Pedro Mendoza, Navy, World War I. Thomas W. Murray, Navy, World War I. Robert A. Nevins, Army Air Corps, World War II. Austin Peterson, Army, World War II. Kenneth J. Pfeiffer, Navy, World War II. Frank S. Peach, Army, World War I. George O. Red, Army, World War I. William F. Schweikert, Navy, World War II. Vernon W. Simpkins, Army, World War II. Hugo R. Ward, Army, Bronze Star, World War II. James Webb, Army, World War I. William J. Earhart, Army, World War II. Eleanor R. Camellis, Navy, World War II. Robert J. Camellis, Navy, World War II. Husband and wife. Harry Court, Army, World War I. David E. McFadden, Army, World War I. Mary Ann Merlo, wife of Joseph S. Merlo. Joseph S. Merlo, Army, World War II. William C. Brewer, Navy, World War I. Peter J. Braun, Navy, World War II.